In Chapel Hill, they love to say if the good Lord's not a Tar Heel, why did he make the sky Carolina blue? Glad to have you with us. Kenan Stadium in Chapel Thrill and home to the North Carolina Tar Heels. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Here comes the offense on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Trying to get behind the defense. And that pass picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good. And that's
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. And back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
They'll run the option. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's second and 1. Quarterback on the keeper. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
This is an offense that has a chance to be one of the better rushing attacks in the country at the end of the year because of the athleticism of this quarterback. You're going to see this guy do damage with his legs this year.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
They've got the screen set up. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure. 3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Palmer, just short, 4th and inches.
Yeah, and he was so disappointed he didn't pick up that first. He's looking over the sidelines right now, asking for the ball again here on 4th.
They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
4th and inches, just trusting your offensive line. They're able to get just enough movement at the point of attack to keep this drive going.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they try to go with the draw out of the shotgun, but just way too much penetration allowed up front. That defensive line just took that play over.
They get off the rock really fast, get in the backfield. The offensive linemen are supposed to push them upfield. Quarterback's got to sell it. Not anything really in that play in sync, and it doesn't go anywhere.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
7, North Carolina, 0.
Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Give to the big fullback. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, North Carolina!
Nice job on 3rd and goal. You know what's coming.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The offense lining up for a first down play. On the option. He'll toss it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Got his man on the right. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. And the Tar Heels line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. No return coming. He'll call for the... North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The lone back's got it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Safe completion on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half.
You got to give credit to the play calling. The screen pass on 3rd down. I'm just trying to go feast on quarterbacks. I'm trying to get upfield, pad my stats, get some more sacks. They fly upfield, and they say, okay, you go here, we'll throw it right over your head, get the first down.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Fires to the tight end. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, a magnificent broadcast so far there today in Chapel Hill. And a really competitive game so far. I'm talking razor-thin margins in the big statistical categories. And while it may be a broken record, turnovers are the name of the game. The team that limits them, the ones that win that turnover margin, generally speaking, are the ones that...
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
A lot of times we call these quarterbacks ballers and game changers, but you don't call them smart enough. Like knowing the situation, knowing I can...
He lofts one down the sideline. And it's caught inside the 30. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I like the idea of going draw there. You're trying to sell pass, but you still need to do a better job up front executing those blocks. There's too many one-on-ones where they got beat, and as a result, they suffer a negative play.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pass hits, picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And with the interception, three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Coming after it. They get to him as he throws. A real mark of experience from this junior. He knew a hit was coming, and he kept those eyes downfield. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
The Tar Heels are flying down the field. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UNC! North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. The defense going to stop the clock. Offense set on first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Looking deep down the right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Tar Heels! And they add 6 more to the board with it. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
That's a down and distance that would make a lot of coaching staffs pause, maybe call a timeout and think about, but not this one. There was no doubt, Reese, they were going to run the football and try to pick that up on 4th.
Direct challenge to the defense. If you want the ball, you're going to have to take it from us or stop us, and they didn't.
So moving forward in this game, let's just see how this defensive line responds to this. Can they be more physical and start winning their one-on-one battles?
Finds his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And the misconnection on 3rd down.
Nothing's working right now in the pass game for this guy. This is the nightmare scenario. He's already been picked off 3 times. That one got swatted away. Lucky it wasn't another interception. This quarterback is not playing with a ton of confidence.
And here we go. Down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Tight end getting vertical. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they got it down to the 23.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers. And then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
Brings up.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. After the run, now to throw. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina! North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
They'll give it to the back. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Get the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. Give to the fullback. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Let's go! He'll keep it himself. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Looking for room, it's Terrell. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, North Carolina.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. And it is good. Splits the uprights on the chip shot.
North Carolina, 31, Penn State, 28.
That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.